They're fairly okay. In Punjab, it's much worse because they get out of control.
In Pakistan, good Muslim girls are not supposed to go crazy, to carry on like Western teeny boppers at a rock concert. But Imran Khan's magnetism can upset even the most sedate schools for young ladies.
Hundreds of them are out there screaming, "We want Imran, we want Imran." And you wouldn't even come out to them. Why?
Mainly because the principal said that she wouldn't be able to control them, and that it was best that I went through the back entrance.
So you were scared of these young schoolgirls?
No, the principal told me to do, and I did what she asked me to. She felt she couldn't control them.
These are Imran Khan's people, the Pathan people, from the northwest frontier. Here in the Khyber Pass, these days the tribesmen use their firearms the way we use fireworks. But back in the days of the Raj, the fiercely independent Pathans gave the British a hiding on the battlefield. Their native son has followed tradition on the cricket field.
What was this that you were showing me here?
Excuse me.
This is hashish.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hashish? Yes.
Imran Khan has the freedom of this city, even here in a Peshawar bazaar where they trade in contraband.
Smoke it.
It's good quality?
It's supposed to be pure. Well, I haven't tried it.
Wander with him for a while and you strike something even more incongruous. At this shooter's supermarket, they've been buying raffle tickets to support Imran's favourite charity.
You see, these were the tickets sold for our school's campaign where we collected something like $1 million by selling those tickets.
Oh, and so he bought a ticket.
Yeah, he must have bought a 20-rupee ticket.
So they asked him, did he buy it because it had you on it?
He bought it. No, because he knew it was for the hospital. These tickets were sold to collect money for the hospital.
This is a country that can do with every new hospital it can get. Conditions for the common patient are close to appalling, especially if they're suffering from cancer.
In most of the hospitals, the poor people suffer. Really, they don't have the money, they can't get rooms inside, they can't get medicine.
What's your goal?
Well, initially really to provide cancer care of top quality, and most importantly for the poor people here, free treatment.
Imran wants more for his country than simply cricket supremacy. He's capitalising on his popularity, trying to raise $22 million for his own hospital, a project already underway and a project with which he's obsessed.
Well, Richard, this is my vision.
It's not just a hole in the ground, is it?
Something I have worked for now 7 years, and finally seeing this, I cannot even express the amount of fulfillment, sense of achievement I felt whenever I walk in through that door. It means more to me than anything I've ever done or achieved in life.
It should open next year and will be called the Shaukat Khanum Hospital, named after Imran's mother, who died from cancer.
It was the most painful experience I've ever gone through, watching her die and especially suffering. And when we knew she was going to die, the last 3 months in pain, probably changed my whole course of life.
You're 39 years of age, almost 40, and you're still full of idealism, aren't you?
Yes, but you know, it was through this idealism that we've got so far. You know, everyone discouraged me for the first 3 years. Everyone said it's impossible, you won't get far, where will you get the money? But we have got this far, and I really believe that I'm going to do it. I've had doubts in other things in life, but for some reason I've never doubted that we're going to make this hospital.
For this man, the memory of his mother is probably what matters most. Next might come his love for Pakistan, and then his devotion to his religion.
We pray 5 times a day.
Right, this is the mosque here, this little one.
Yes.
Do you mind if I come in?
No, not at all.
Just as Imran is an ambassador for his country, he's also an ambassador for Islam.
Islam always gets the worst publicity in the West. You know, either you have veiled women, you have, screaming fanatics, you have sort of terrorism, and that's how Islam comes out here. People have no idea. I mean, Islam, for me, is the easiest religion. People keep saying, is there a clash, living your life in the West? There is no clash. But, Islam is a very lenient religion. I see no problem in ever following my faith, wherever I am.
Imran is conscious of the contradictions that abound here. A country where the Prime Minister can host a garden party for successful cricketers just a full toss away from the poorest slums. But the cream of society wants to share the victory, and every politician wants Imran on his side.
So this is Richard, who's come from Australia, 60 minutes.
Prime Minister, a great pleasure to meet you.
Welcome to Pakistan.
Thank you very much indeed.
Is it your first visit?
Yeah, no, second. Are you proud of the young boy?
Oh yes, they've done extremely well.
If he was to go into politics, he'd be the right man to have on your team, would he?
I offered him a long time ago, but he declined. I don't know why.
Sensible.
My offer is still valid.
Well, I really have thought about it, because I was offered twice to come into politics. And really, it's something I know that, one must know one's limitations. I know I'm not meant to be a politician.
Do you care about the corruption that pervades the country here?
Yes, of course, one cares. We try and everywhere you go, if you go to a dinner table, the main conversation, no matter where you go, is invariably comes on politics, the sort of what's wrong with the society. And yet people seem incapacitated to do anything. And that's why I say that I try and do what I can, and I realize my limitations.
But do you need a revolution?
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe a revolution is the answer, provided it's the right one.
You don't feel the situation here is hopeless?
Hopelessness is a sin in Islam. It's very specifically in Quran it states that for a Muslim to ever think of hopelessness as a sin, which I kept telling my team, by the way, during the World Cup, and things were at their worst, lowest ebb. Zaman Pa ki kaun si team hai?
Because of one man, cricket has become a second religion in Pakistan. This is where Imran played his first game.
We had very high cricketing standards here.
It's a classy concrete pitch in the Toffs end of town. But now kids are taking up the bat and ball all over the country.
Cricket has become a passion in this country. In the past 6 or 7 years, one-day cricket has completely transformed the society.
And while we were at this historic ground, I couldn't resist asking for one more favour.
Come on, give me a catch on the next one so I've got something to take home.
Okay.
Imran is now nearly 40. Though he says his cricketing career is almost over, he certainly hasn't run out of steam. He's a fierce, courageous and generous sportsman. But these days he's devoting most of his energy to other, more lasting things. Imran still has to raise millions to pay for the cancer hospital. So most evenings you can find him raking in the rupees from those willing to pay for the privilege of just being in the same room.
Do you like Imran Khan?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? There are women all over the world that like him.
Yeah, but I think they can see the person through the features, I think. Yeah, he's good looking, but I think basically he plays well and he's a nice guy.
He's extremely nice, isn't he?
Yeah.
So when are you going to break a lot of hearts and get married?
Well, let me just say one thing about marriage. I view marriage in a very straightforward manner. I think that it's a huge responsibility to have, and especially to have children, which is the main reason one must get married. And really, if one doesn't feel one can live up to that responsibility, one shouldn't go into it. Because, you know, you stand to wreck other people's lives. And I've seen it happen. I mean, in cricket, it's a full time, you know, you go all over the world traveling 4 months on a cricket tour. Then you again come back and go somewhere else. I mean, to do justice to a marriage the way a cricketer leads his life, I don't know, some players might have done it, but I've seen a lot of cricketers' marriages on the rocks. And I've always felt that I wouldn't have done it justice.
He's an extremely good-looking man, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Does everyone think that?
Most of the girls do, I think.
Do they? Is that
Yeah.
why there's so many young girls here tonight?
Yes, I think so, but most of the girls have bought the ticket because they wanted to pay tribute to the national hero.
To the national hero?
Yeah.
Not just the most eligible bachelor?
No, not just that. And we pay lots of respects to him for what he did for Pakistan.
At one stage there, a chap came up and put one of those, well, what to a Westerner, funny hats on your head, and you knocked it away almost disdainfully, I thought. Why was that?
Well, he'd crowned me. It was a crown meant for kings. And, you know, obviously it embarrassed me. I mean, I couldn't wear a crown. I don't, you know, I mean, it's embarrassing.
It might be embarrassing for Imran Khan, but that is the way that millions of Pakistanis feel. To them, he is their king of cricket.
I don't consider myself a messiah, and I don't consider that I can solve people's problems. But I do feel that whatever I can do in the position I am, I must do that. And that's a big responsibility.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.